Blog Talk Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good evening. It is the voice of the people. It is Monday, October 16th, 2017. I'm in the studio. It's the six-man Dean Geronimo here with my man Mark Lee. What's going on, Mark?
Not much, just sitting here chilling. I was sitting there, checking out a little bit of what's going on in the world, checking out a little bit of the news. Saw that Colin Kaepernick is back in the news again. This time he wants to sue the NFL and the NFL owners. And then, of course, I saw that that person that claims to be the leader of the free world, that he's popping in the news once again. So I was just checking a little bit of all of that stuff going on. I know you had a good weekend because you went and made a trip down to Virginia and was hanging out with some of your fellow Virginia folks.
Man, I went down to the land of Troy, far above the Appomattox on its lofty hill. It's a school we love so dearly, and we always will. Virginia State University's homecoming, man. Very good time, good people, all of my people that I saw, and some I didn't get to see, but we get to do it again in 2018, Lord willing, you know what I mean? So I can't complain. I'm a little tired, but that's what happens because the team no sleep. When we get down there, I got down there Thursday. So you figure I've been up for 4 days.
just a straight party, just a straight regular party.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. And we look forward to it. We're waiting for them to shoot the dates out, which they'll probably do in the next couple of weeks for 2018. And we start preparing to do it one more time, you know?
Yeah, I know the folks down here at Central. I did not go to that fine university, but I have friends and relatives, including my younger brother, that went to that school, and they're getting ready for the end of the month because that's when their homecoming is going to be. The activities will start on a week from today, and then, of course, the big game will be at the last Saturday of October. So they're getting prepared, to bring down Gladys Knight, Dougie Fresh, and a bunch of other folks that they've got coming down to enjoy some of their festivities. So there's about to be a party in Durham as well as part of Central Homecoming. So, and, of course, some people are already getting their party on because this is the State Fair week here in the Carolinas, so a lot of folks are already heading down to the State Fair. I believe that opened this past weekend, and it'll be running through Sunday. So a lot of folks are getting over there. I've talked to people that have already made that trip, getting their music fix on, getting their turkey leg fix on, getting their candy apple fix on, whatever fix you get on when you go to a State Fair. There's a lot of folks that are already heading that way and getting those fixes on. And speaking of fixes, one of the other stories that I was checking out when I was watching the news and everything was, and I know we've talked about it before, is that apparently we're in the middle of a very big opiate crisis throughout the country. But what is really interesting is that apparently a lot of the people are using painkillers, and these are prescribed painkillers as kind of the gateway into that drug. So there's a whole big thing, including it seems like maybe even the person that might be in charge of being the drug czar, that he might have had something to do with letting these pharmacies get away with putting this stuff in place. So that has become a major story that both the Washington Post and 60 Minutes were all on top of. I saw a little bit of the 60 Minutes report yesterday, and then they followed it up with a little bit of stuff that was going on with PBS. So that is definitely something that is taking the country's notice, what is going on with that. So, I know a lot of people are also paying attention to what's going on with those California wildfires that are having a severe impact on a lot of industries down there, including even that might even be having some impact on the wine industry as parts of Napa Valley are being impacted as well. So there is definitely all kinds of interesting things that are happening in our news world on this particular day. And like I said, Steve Bannon is out there trying to be the one to be the bulldog to try to go after Mitch McConnell, even though Trump invited Mitch McConnell to say that they're having great unity within that Republican Party. But at the same time, Steve is over there doing the opposite in terms of trying to create any sort of unity. And then the other big thing that's happened around this area is that last week we did have our primaries here in the area, and the big election will be on November the I'm trying to think of the date. It'll be November the 5th, I believe, whatever that first Tuesday is. I believe that is the 5th, and that'll be going on coming up very shortly. It's either the 5th or the 7th. You'll have to look and tell me what that first Tuesday is. But in terms of who won, the youth vote, like I speculated, there was a lot of people that gave Pierce some votes, but there will not be a rapper that will be the mayor here in Durham, at least not this time around, because Pierce finished in third place, and so there's going to be a runoff between Steve Shule and Farad Ali. So we'll find out which one of those folks will be our mayor, and we're also waiting to find out what's going to be going on in Raleigh, because they had enough that it could be enough for a runoff. I'm not sure. I did not quite follow to see whether that candidate, a brother by the name of Francis, whether he decided to go ahead and announce that he wanted to go against the mayor in a runoff, the current mayor. But we'll do a little research and see if that's the case or not. But that's what is going on this neck of the woods. But it looks like there's definitely going to be a very young city council coming up. So we've already got Jillian, we had on this show recently, and then we've got Charlie Reese, and there's some other folks that are going to be coming in, and it looks like whoever wins in some of these wards races, that they're going to be part of the under 55 crowd. So whether it's Mark Anthony Middleton, who's a reverend, or John Rooks in one of the races, they will both be in the under 55 crowd, and definitely the other candidates that are on the possibilities of winning, they are also among some of the young candidates. We got Deidreana Freeman running against Cora Cole. Cora Cole's now actually got a little bit of seasoning in terms of the political front, so she is not a young candidate, but definitely her opponent, Freeman, is, and then the other two that are running in another one of the wards, they are among the young folks as well. So they're always saying that it's definitely going to be a largely African-American city council, and probably one that's definitely going to be having a very much of a youthful voice as well. So that's definitely going to be some interesting directions that we're going to see no matter who wins the mayoral race when it comes up.
Okay, well, you know what? It's going to be interesting to see for y'all down there. You know, I'm still on homecoming mode, so I'm going to flip back to what you said about North Carolina Central's homecoming. On that Friday, October 27th, Touch the Sky will present the Homecoming 2017 Jam, hosted by none other than Grammy Award-winning producer Ninth Wonder, Kadeem Hardison from A Different World, Suleiman Marcy. It's going to be at the University Club, 10 p.m. to 2 in the morning. That's 3100 Tower Road, Suite 1700 in Durham. Jams by the True School DJs. You can RSVP on Touch the Sky 2017.eventbrite.com. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a good party, and there's going to be a lot of other good parties. So it's going to be real fun seeing those parties when they happen and everything. But, you know, we do have a guest on the air that's ready to talk to us about what she's got going on. And she's got some major stuff that has happened in her life and that she has using as a way to let other folks know that they can achieve and succeed. So definitely looking forward to hearing from our guests and everything. And I believe that we might have her on the line. Do we have
yes.
Merritt on the line?
Yes. How you doing?
All right.
I am doing good, doing very well. As you know, I reached out to you after I heard a little bit about what your program was all about, and we've got listeners from all over. We've got actually, I believe the last count me and Dean looked at, we're in 30 states, but definitely representing hard here in North Carolina, Virginia, and some of the other places that are nearby. So if you just give folks a little bit of a rundown of what your program is about and how you came about doing it, because you had a very interesting life story that I'm sure a lot of folks will be interested in hearing about and learning about what led you to create this program of yours.
Okay, so like you said, my name is Lanisha Merritt. I am from Raleigh, North Carolina, born and raised. I graduated from Enloe High School, and I moved to Florida to attend Full Sail, and I have a bachelor's degree in recording engineering. I grew up in South Side of Raleigh in some of the underprivileged neighborhoods, Walnut Terrace, Raleigh North area, just to mention a few. And as I was growing up, I saw how the community was lacking resources, how the community was lacking support, and how kids my age was just lost, with life, and didn't really feel like they had any other avenues to travel down other than following the footsteps of, their mother, father, cousin, or neighbor. The areas were drug-infested areas, whether it was with users or a whole bunch of drug dealers. And I started out wanting to, of course, make a difference in my community. So I first thought I would be a social worker. Then I said, well, I wouldn't be able to do enough as a social worker. I would just be too emotionally involved. And then I said, well, I could be a therapist. And I said, well, if I become a therapist, then I'm going to really just be listening to people's problems all day, but I still can't do the hands-on activities and provide the resources like I wanted to. So in 2012, I did a fashion and talent show, and I named the show Own Your Dream, and we had acts from ages 6 to 17 years old, from singers to artists, to rappers to dancers. And from there, I just I held on to the name Own Your Dream. And in 2015, I received my 501c3. So we are in a nonprofit organization. And so I kept the name Own Your Dream, and I started a whole organization, which now we provide a positive outlet for youth ages 6 to 17 years old to enhance self-esteem, self-image, by providing courses and leadership skills, gang prevention, therapy, and outreach programs to low-income-based youth at an affordable price. One of the things that I did realize is it's a lot of programs, there's a lot of courses out here that you can get involved, but a lot of them are so expensive that if you are already coming from an underprivileged family and you have two to three siblings, some families had 5 children, that it would be impossible for your mother to be able to afford a cooking class that's $120. Some of the programs I looked up, ran over $300 for a dance class. So I just decided to start a program or a whole business myself where I can bring in the kids that I want to bring in. I can bring in the kids that teachers say I can't do nothing with them, where parents say I can't do nothing with them. And I bring them into my program, and I show them what we can get out of them and what we can do with them. So that's how I started up my organization, Own Your Dream. So right now I have cooking classes, dance classes, music production classes. I have photography classes, and I also offer the STEM program, which is a science, technology, engineering, and math program. I do tutoring. I have outreach programs from fashion shows to talent shows to teen summits. I do back-to-school drives. I do tours for tots. And I also pass out turkeys for Thanksgiving. And really anything else that I can think of that can help our community, anything that I can think of that can help the next generation, I put it together. I put my company together myself. I research my own resources. I network with people myself, and I put it together. And so far, everything has been a success. I was just in News and Observer 2 weeks ago. They printed my story out, and but since June, the program has really taken off, and I am now a partner with 3 charter schools, which is a Preeminent Charter School, Hope Elementary Charter School, and I just signed on with PAVE Charter School, and I offer cooking classes and dance classes to those charter schools for $0. I'm a firm believer that we have a lot of talent, not only in our city, but I have to do one city at a time. But I know we have a lot of talent here, but sometimes talent get overlooked due to behavior. So I figured if I could just put the resources out there, and I can train the